Andy Nicholls, who is now reformed, travelled with Everton and England fans at the height of football hooliganism in the 80s, but he says the scariest day of his life came when a fight broke out in a prison church. A former Everton football hooligan has described the scariest day of his life when a visit to church and prison turned into a full-blown riot between inmates. Now reformed, Andy Nicholls travelled around Europe with fellow England and Everton fans in the 90s and 90s, when football hooliganism was at its peak. He has since published a book about his violent escapades, Scally, Confessions of a Category C Football Hooligan, and appeared on documentaries about the infamously brutal fan culture at the time. Now, speaking to host James English on his Anything Goes podcast, Andy explained how he eventually got arrested on an away outing to London with some other Everton fans, before being sent to Brixton jail. And, segregated from other prisoners, Andy described how he saw more violent scenes in jail than when he had been involved in scraps with other football firms. He remembered, "You don't want 30 Everton on a wing in Brixton. It was *******ing evil. They had to put us on a segregation unit." The reformed hooligan went on to explain that, because they were only allowed out of their cells for half an hour a day for their own safety, a fellow prisoner suggested that Andy and his friends go to church, as the long walk there would allow some time outside. However, rather than being a peaceful Sunday visit, Andy remembered that a riot erupted between the various groups. *****ing hell mate, I've never seen anything like it. It was the scariest day of my life," he claimed. They had to let all the IRA there was loads of IRA at the time in Brixton. It was not long after when a helicopter landed and tried to break people out. It was going off over the pews, the aisles, the vicar was saying, "Pack it in, come on lads, the police are coming." To illustrate, Andy motioned a punch coming towards him, and explained that he could hear noises of fighting and yelling surrounding him. And, perhaps unsurprisingly, when offered the opportunity to return to the church again the week after, Andy said he and his fellow Evertonian inmates declined.